Welcome to the world according to Rich. You know, I've had a lot to vlog about, but not a lot of time to vlog. So for the next few vlogs, I'm going to sort of catch up with a lot of this news before Greg and I hit the road on our annual road trip across California. But where do I start? Well, I think in this vlog, I'm going to start with a conversation I've been having with Kenergy. And we've been talking about the movie Super 8. Now, I wrote a review on my blog about the movie Super 8, and I had problems with it. But one thing they did capture really well was how seriously kids took Super 8 filmmaking in those days. Because I was a Super 8 filmmaker. I started making movies when I was 11 years old. And it's something similar with Kenergy. If you don't know him, Kenergy is a longtime vlogger, longtime blogger, and actually an old high school buddy of mine. So the whole thing about it, they showed how seriously kids took it, and we took it, just as seriously as that. And one of the reasons for me, anyway, was it was my team. It was a chance for me to try to be a leader. It was a chance for me it was my team sport. And, creating film, filmmaking for kids wasn't as widespread as video is today. You didn't have, every kid didn't have the tools. Today, pretty much everyone, if they want to, can create on video. In those days, it was still kind of rare. So it was sort of like a private club. And, that was a great time, but I'm even more excited for kids today because really anyone who's talented, who is interested in filmmaking, can create. And if you have the wherewithal, you can create great things that we couldn't even dream about. I remember in those days, Super 8 sound only came along in the last few years of the Super 8 period. So when I was 12 or 13, you were making silent movies. Everybody was making silent movies, and maybe you tried to sync up an audio tape, but that usually didn't work. But today, if you have the talent and the wherewithal, you can create incredible things. So, I think it's sort of the golden age for young filmmakers, but you can't really call them filmmakers. You call them content creators, or I don't know what else to call them. And it's just an amazing time. I kind of consider it almost the golden age for young filmmakers, if they start thinking of themselves in that way, and if those who are interested in this sort of a thing, sort of go beyond some of the vlogging habits and create as filmmakers. See you next time.
Rich and I would be very happy if you would consider subscribing.